Lake County Sheriff Peyton Grinnell. So I'm going to turn it over to him and let him walk you through some of the unfortunate events of tonight. Sheriff.
Thank you for being here. I'm going to speak to what we know at this time. This is a very fluid scene right now, multiple agencies helping out. Florida Department of Law Enforcement is here conducting an investigation, but this all started around 8 o'clock earlier off of Brookside Drive, where we received a call of a disturbance that was in progress. The deputies responded, and while they were conducting their investigation, they were alerted to a home, we believe a couple houses down, that there was a problem there, and the deputies went to that home and saw what appeared to be the back door kicked in, and they could hear a disturbance inside of that home. When the deputies entered the home, there was a lot of gunfire, where one of the deputies was struck. The backup deputy that was there with him was able to retreat out of the home. The first deputy was trapped inside of the home. Multiple deputies responded at that time. They immediately formed a rescue team to go back in to attempt to get the deputy sheriff that was still inside the home. And they were just met with a hail of gunfire. A lot of gunfire, where another deputy sheriff was struck at that time. They were able to retreat. Obviously, we mobilized our SWAT team, knowing that we were dealing with a scene with a lot of firepower against us. The first deputy that was struck in the shoulder, I've been told, is in stable condition now. The second deputy that was struck, he was struck in the armpit as well as in the groin and the stomach area multiple times, underwent surgery, and is in serious critical condition. And I was just informed a little bit ago that the third deputy that was shot has passed away. Those notifications have been made. I will not get into specifics at this time of the names of the deputies. All of this is being investigated by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. The individuals that were inside of the home, 2 are deceased, and 1 was transported. I do not know the condition of the one that was transported, but 2 of the suspects, if you will, that were inside the home are deceased, and 1 was transported out. With that, I'll take any questions.
What kind of call was this, Sheriff? Was this domestic? I mean, once your deputies got in there in that barrage of bullets, what was the situation? What happened?
So obviously all that's being looked into. All I can tell you is it was a very violent scene. The deputies went to that home to conduct a well-being check at the request of the complainant that was the original disturbance call. And they could hear a lot of commotion going on in there, and that was the reason they entered the home. And as I stated, they were met with a volley of gunfire.
Sheriff, the deputy that has unfortunately passed away, can you clarify, was that the first deputy to enter the home who was stuck inside?
That is correct. That deputy sheriff, I won't mention his name right now, has been with us for quite a while. Started out as a young explorer, as a military veteran, and just horrific when you have one of your own inside of a home and you can't get to them.
Are there words you can offer to this community? We have been waiting out here. We have seen people who are waiting along with us who have had so much concern for your deputies and your staff tonight.
Yeah, this is a great community. You know, it was February of 2005 was the last time we lost a deputy sheriff in Lake County, so it's been a long time, thankfully, but tonight here we are again. But the community outpour has been great.
Considering the barrage of bullets and the situation that your deputies were under, how were you able to get the suspects finally? Because we saw from Chopper 2 basically a hole that was knocked in the side of the house. Even under the fierce conditions, how were you able to complete this?
You know, we have equipment for that, and that's the reason we have this equipment. And we tore the home apart to get in there so we could get that deputy out of there. It was just it was a chaotic scene from the start until the end.
Were the assailants deceased when you entered the home?
2 of the assailants were deceased upon SWAT entering the home, and the third one's been transported.
And this was an initial disturbance at a different home?
That's correct, in the very near proximity.
Was they related?
That's all being looked at right now.
And it's safe to say there's no longer a threat to the public on this
No, we do not believe that there's any threat to the public. Everybody that was involved is accounted for and in custody.